Hi all, my name is Bola and today we'll be looking at how to draft a princess bustier blouse. Usually I have two methods in drafting my bustier pattern, but today I'll be showing you one of the methods I use. I have my measurements here. I'll be working with bust circumference 48 inches, the waist circumference 44 inches, bust point, that is nipple to nipple, 5 inches, then shoulder to bust 11.5, shoulder to under bust 15 inches, shoulder to waist 17 inches. My shoulder measurement I'll be working with today is 16 inches. 16 divided by 2, that gives me 8. And on my pattern paper, I already have the lines ruled out. The first line here is my guideline rule. That's the starting point. I place my measuring tape and I have 11.5 from my shoulder to my bust point. So this line will serve as my bust point. I have 15 inches. That is my under bust line. And here I have 17. That's the waist line. I'll quickly label those lines. And the first one here, whatever I came down with from my bust line, I will also go up by the same measure, by the same inches. I came down 11.5 to 15, that is 3.5 inches. So I'm also going up by 3.5 inches. All right, so I'll quickly note the lines so we won't get confused. Having labeled the lines, on this shoulder line, I'm going to take my shoulder measurements, which is 8 inches. My shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. This is 8 inches. I'm going to take half inch for the joining allowance, half inch. So from here, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. All right, so on this shoulder line, I'll take my neckline measurements. My neck line, I'm using 4 inches width and 4 inches depth. My shoulder slope of 1 inch. I'm slanting by 1 inch. I'm slanting the shoulder slope by 1 inch. So I'll connect it to this point. Okay. Please note, I'm going to take my nipple to nipple, which is 5 inches. I'll make it to a straight line. Nipple to nipple measurement of 5 inches. I'll make it to a straight line. Having connected the bust points, I'll go over to my shoulder line. You know, I've slanted by 1 inch here. So from my shoulder line, I will come down 4 inches. I'm coming down 4 inches. I'll make that into a straight line. So I'm going to cuff to meet this point. I'm cuffing now. I hope that is well taken. So I will cut out now. All right, having cut it out, we now have our middle piece ready. This is the middle piece. So this is a new pattern paper now. And note, I'm leaving 3 inches. I'm making 3 inches room on this side. So we want to cut out our side piece now. So I'm leaving 3 inches here. So I'm going to place my paper this way to cover up the 3 inches that I have left out. So I'm going to note, all right. So I'm going to note each point. I will extend the line. So I will extend these lines. Okay. Having extended the lines, we can then proceed with our measurements. For my shoulder slants, I will take my armhole measurements. Armhole measurements of 8.5. For my shoulder line, my armhole measurement of 8.5. I will connect it to these points. You can use your free hand. Okay. So on this bust point now, we're going to get our bust measurement. I said the bust I'm working with is 48. 48 into 4 will give us 12. This is a 12-inch. My allowance. Always remember to put your allowance so you won't fall shortage of fabrics. My allowance. And on my waistline, my waist 44. Waist 44 into 4, that's 11 inches. And 2 inches allowance. So I'm going to connect the points together. Okay, I haven't connected them, so I'll remove this middle piece. From my bust line, I will measure 2.5. From this place, I will measure 2.5 out. So I'm going to drag this curve. I will drag it to make this 2.5, and I will join it back to the under bust measurement, to the under bust line. this way. So this will give us the princess bustier effect, so we can then cut out. So we now have the middle piece and our side piece ready. So that is the first method I use. It's quite pretty straightforward and easy to make. When you can try this method to you use it to cut your princess blouse. So this is the middle piece and this is the side piece. Let's open it up and see what we have. So that's it. I'll just transfer this pattern to my fabrics to make my bustier blouse. Thank you very much for staying with me till this time. Really appreciate you. Please kindly subscribe, like and share my video, and I will see you on my next one. Thanks. Bye.